I feel like the news made things very confusing. The news started becoming like not information, and a lot of people got extremely scared and didn't know who to believe anymore.
Well, here you go. You want the answer to the news?
Yeah.
Jesse has it.
Yeah, I'd like I wouldn't mind a dose of it, man, because that's where I feel like a lot of bad information started.
The downfall of the news came with the show 60 Minutes. Now you guys are all going to sit and go,
no,
what? How could you 60 Minutes? That's an award-winning investigative reporting show, which it is, and it's a great show.
Yeah, I used to love it.
It was a great show. Still is probably a great show. But 60 Minutes was the downfall of the American media.
Why, is that when they started editorializing it?
But prior to 60 Minutes, all the news lost money. And they made up for it in the entertainment division. And that was a standard rule. The news is to educate. The news is to do this. The news don't make money. It's to inform. Along came the show 60 Minutes. It shot to #1 in the ratings. The bean counter's eyes got big, and they went, "You mean we can make money off the news?"
Yeah.
That's what 60 Minutes caused, making profit off the news. Then it became about ratings rather than informing. Now the news is nothing but entertainment.
Right. So
and
now,
it's there to get ratings points. It's there to make money for advertisers.
Yeah.
Where in the days of Walter Cronkite, back when I was younger than you, the news lost money. You want the show that was so ahead of its time, the movie that it's scary today for me to watch it? Watch the show Network.
Yeah.
With Faye Dunaway, William Holden.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's good.
And Peter Finch won the Academy Award for playing Howard Beale.
Because he just got so real, and it changed everything.
No,
right?
That's where it became entertainment.
Right.
Remember, they brought Faye Dunaway in from entertainment to get the ratings.
She was the new producer.
And this was done before it ever happened to the news.
Yeah, they call up to her desk, and she's like, "No,
let him
go, let him go."
They knew 60 Minutes had changed it.
Yeah.
So that movie, whoever wrote the script or whatever,
can you ask them to shut that off?
was looking into the future and had their thumb right on the button.
Wow.
Because that's what our media or our news has turned into, the movie network.
So then,
it's all about ratings points now, guys. It ain't about making you smarter or giving you information. It's about titillate. Look at right now. What's the big news out there right now? Another missing white girl.
Yeah.
Now, if that girl was black, you think there'd be all that front page stories every night? If it was a
lot of black
girl
people don't
missing?
go hiking, really, though. But probably not. Maybe not. You know?
Maybe not. Black girls disappear every day.
Yeah.
And you don't see where they isolate. All people disappear every day, probably. But why is it that they pick out the cute,
there's this
looking little
damsel
white girl
in distress? Yeah.
Yeah, the cute little. And don't get me wrong, it's a tragedy. It's horrifying, whatever happened to her. Don't get me wrong on that.
No, totally.
But
I feel you. I'm just thinking about
the media's coverage of it, it's okay. When I was going to do the show for MSNBC, everything comes down from on high.
Yeah.
They tell you what they're, like Hannity and these guys, they get told what to talk about.
Oh, totally, yeah.
You know, I fought them. You know what they sent me every day? Lacey Peterson.
What?
And I said, that's a tragedy, but there's 10,000 murders a year. Why is this one exceptional? And why should people in Minnesota or in the East Coast care about a murder that took place out in California?
Yeah.
Yes, we feel sad Lacey was murdered. Like I feel sad that anybody else gets murdered. But why would I, on a national TV show, give 5 minutes of the show's time covering a murder that affects, that when you have 10,000 of them a year?
Yeah. Hope you enjoyed that video, and you can watch another. And you can watch this one, you can watch this one. Different options, different choices. Some guy just brings you one option, not this guy. 2 options. Watch one, this one or this one.